Hey everybody, Kevin here from the Back to the Past podcast. As you may have heard, the world lost a great human being today on August the 25th of 2025, Dolly Parton, who passed away at the age of 80. I wanted to take a moment and share just a little bit about her unbelievable life from literal rags to riches. We all knew her for the big hair, the rhinestones, and of course, the unforgettable voice and more. But Dolly Parton was secretly one of the sharpest business minds and most revolutionary philanthropists in history that I can think of. To understand her genius, you just have to look past the glamour and go back to a place with no electricity, no plumbing, and a doctor that was paid in dry oatmeal. She was born on January the 19th, 1946, in Tennessee. Dolly Rebecca Parton Dean. She was the fourth of 12 children crammed into the family's one room cabin. Her father, Robert Lee Parton, was an illiterate sharecropper who paid the missionary doctor that delivered Dolly with a sack of cornmeal. Money simply didn't exist for the Parton family. When she needed a winter coat, her mother, Avie Lee Parton, stitched one together from literal rags. Classmates locked her in a closet at school and mocked her poverty for it. It's the trauma that helped inspire her legendary hit, Coat of Many Colors. But Dolly refused to be trapped. The morning after her high school graduation back in 1964, the 18-year-old Dolly packed a cardboard suitcase and took a Greyhound bus straight to Nashville. And the rest is kind of history. In 1974, she was a rising star on Porter Wagner's TV show, but she desperately needed her own independence. And to say goodbye to Wagner, she sat down and wrote, I Will Always Love You in a single afternoon. And on that exact same day, she also wrote another one of her big hits, Jolene. The song I Will Always Love You was simply a masterpiece. It was so massive that Elvis Presley demanded to cover it as well. It was a young artist's ultimate dream, but Elvis's manager, Colonel Tom Parker, insisted that Dolly surrender 50% of her publishing rights. Of course, everyone told her to sign that deal. Instead, Dolly looked at the Colonel straight in the eye and said, no. She protected her intellectual property, and which was a gamble that ended up earning her tens of millions of dollars in pure royalties decades later when Whitney Houston recorded the track for the Bodyguard soundtrack. She was also an actress who acted in such musical comedies like 9 to 5 in 1980 with Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin, and Dabney Coleman. The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, great name, with Burt Reynolds back in 1982, and the movie Rhinestone with Sylvester Stallone in 1984. She also played Trudy Jones in acclaimed Steel Magnolias, 1989. Dolly didn't just accumulate wealth, she weaponized it for good. 1986, she bought a failing theme park in her hometown and built Dollywood, explicitly just simply to bring thousands of jobs to her economically devastated community. And to honor her father, who never learned to read, she launched the Imagination Library, gift, which has since gifted over 200 million free books to children across the world. And in 2020, she quietly donated $1 million dollars to Vanderbilt University, which that funding directly accelerated the development of the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine, which ended up saving millions of lives globally. And finally, what I'm sure she probably considered to be her greatest achievement, all the riches and glory, everything, her 60-year marriage to her husband, Carl Dean, who passed away in March 2025 at the age of 82. Carl was a notoriously private man and was rarely seen in public with Dolly, even though she was one of the most recognizable women on the planet for decades. Early in her career, after attending exactly one red carpet event, Carl reportedly told her, quote, I love you. I will support you in your career in any way that I can, but I am not going to any more of these wingdings. She respected his privacy and he fully supported her ambition. Their marriage is truly a masterclass in letting your partner be exactly who they are. He never tried to dim her spotlight, and she never forced him to step into it with her. Dolly and Carl found love way back in the 1960s in a Nashville laundromat. And despite all the fame, fortune, changes in the world, they remained each other's safe harbor for 6 decades. Regarding the trust that they had in each other while they spent so much time apart over the years, she once said that, quote, we're not afraid that one of us is going to run off with somebody because we couldn't find in nobody else what we found in each other, end quote. Dolly proved that you can climb the deepest of poverty to the highest peaks of stardom without ever losing your soul, like it has to countless others. Big in 2026. The girl in the coat of many colors gave the world a legacy of pure gold, and we sure are going to miss her. So, definitely recommend checking out some of her music catalog on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever it is that you like to listen to music. Um, Watch things that she was in, like the movies that I mentioned, or browse IMDb and look at some of the other things she was in. Hit up YouTube. There's plenty of things out there that she has done. Look for old videos, interviews. She just seemed like a great person. I sure would have loved to have had the opportunity to meet her, get to know her, interview her, etc. But fortunately, that didn't happen. So, this is Kevin from the Back to the Past podcast. Thank you for watching, and we sure are going to miss Dolly Parton. In the comments, let us know what you thought of Dolly Parton. What was some of your favorite songs, favorite movies, some of the favorite things that she did that inspired you to kind of make a change and be a little more like Dolly. So, thank you all for watching, and we'll talk to you next time when we get back from the past.